What's up, world? This is your girl P. So, how to understand respect? Now, as a disclaimer, I am not here to project my opinion on you. I am just sharing my vantage point. And respect is a due regard to other people's feelings, wishes, religion, things of that nature. A due regard. And when we respect people, we treat people how we want to be treated. And in order to treat people how we want to be treated, we have to love our own selves. Because if we don't love our own selves, then we'll treat people how we feel about ourselves. And this is why a lot of times people don't realize that they're not respecting other people, is because they don't respect their own selves. This is why, in my opinion, and again, I'm not here to project, social distancing was created to teach people how to respect each other. Because, you know, even as adults, because we're not spiritually evolved, we may be physically grown as adults, meaning the outer layer of us, we're aged and we're adults, but spiritually we don't know who we are, so we're childlike. And so when we become adults, we feel or we believe, and again, this is my opinion and I'm not here to project. We believe that we can do whatever we want because we're grown. And when we think that we can do whatever we want because we're grown, we feel like we can treat people how we feel like we should be able to treat them. And that's not the case. You can't treat people a certain way because you feel like they deserve that type of treatment. You can't be an adult if you're an adult with children. You can't be an adult with children and chastise your own children about respect, and then you think because you're an adult that you could do whatever you want to do. You know, that's conformity. It's like, well, I'm grown. I could do whatever I want. You don't get to do whatever you want just because you're grown. You're supposed to make wiser choices and wiser decisions. And we don't get to that space in our life until we evolve as a human being because we want to be better, because we start realizing that we are not loving ourselves. We are allowing people to mistreat us. Therefore, we start mistreating people because it's like a ping pong game. It's like ping ponging with energy. It's like tit for tat, catty type of energy. You did this to me, I'm gonna do it to you. And that's childish because children do that. You know what I'm saying? And we teach as adults, we teach children to not do the tit for tat. To just because someone did that to you don't mean you have to do it to them. But as adults, we feel like it's okay for us to do it because we're quote unquote grown. But you have to learn how to respect yourself, because once you start respecting yourself, you'll start respecting other people. It is the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And if you can't treat a person with kindness, and if you can't treat a person with respect, then you shouldn't even be around that person. Because sooner or later, like I say, a lot of people don't really understand energy. Once energy is created, you can't destroy it. You put it out there, it's coming back to you. You know what I'm saying? It may not come back to you in the same form that you gave it. It may not even come to you in the form that you gave it from the person that you gave it to, but you're going to receive it back. And what's going to happen is this is how karma works. It'll give you the mind to feel or remember how you made another person feel. You know what I'm saying? And when we get to that point in our lives of evolution, we get to that point in our lives where we want to become better versions of ourselves. We start learning that we have to, in order for us to have that agape love, in order for us to love another person, we got to first start with ourselves. We have to self-love. We have to self-evaluate. We have to grow as a person mentally, which is spiritually. Because if you're not grown spiritually, you're just going to be a child in an adult's body, being immature, being childish. You know what I'm saying? And you won't respect no one. You know what I'm saying? And when another person that may encounter you and your behavior, if they're a evolved, a grown adult, and they receive that treatment from you, they're just gonna know that you're unevolved. That they're gonna know that you're childish. If you're behaving childish, they're gonna know that you're not evolved. They're gonna know that you're spiritually child like, period. They're going to know that there's nothing that you're going to be able to do, because the only way that you can see it, and again, I'm not here to project, I'm just trying to help people look at the big picture, vibrate high and look at the big picture. If you're still behaving the way that you did when you were a teenager, but you're a grown adult, you are not evolved mentally, which is spiritually. Your mind has to match your age in order for you to have that wisdom to be an adult and say that just because I'm an adult doesn't give me the right to bully people. It doesn't give me the right to mistreat people. I don't have the right to treat people any old kind of way just because I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? But when you see other people do it, then you start judging and ridiculing and pointing fingers and throwing stones. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And I'm not a perfect person. I'm not here to like get on some type of pedestal and make it seem like I'm holier than thou. And I don't have any ways that I need to correct and change. I'm on that path. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm on that path and I understand that there are people who also may not understand how to get on that path. In order for you to get on that path is to understand that you do have to love yourself. You do have to be willing to go deep and understand who you are as a person, who you are as an individual, so you can become the best version of yourself, so that you can learn how to love and respect yourself. And that way you can give that same energy to others. And that way, once you push out that type of energy to others, that energy is going to come back to you. But that's all I got for you. And I holla though. One love. Peace.